Well, I've just popped onto my local Facebook group and there's a couple of nice old Triumphs on, so we'll just have a quick look at these. 1956 Triumph Thunderbird, made into a bobber. 13,500 he's asking for it. So what have we got here? 1956 Triumph Thunderbird, swing arm frame, hardtail, bolt-on factory metalwork. So I think he means that it was originally a swing arm, but he's got a bolt-on hardtail. Quick detachable rear wheel, both wheels rebuilt, new rims and spokes, fully rebuilt brakes, gearbox, engine, 9:1 pistons, fully reconditioned head, haze belt primary drive conversion, alloy clutch, basket and plates, Yamaha disc brake, front end. Too many details to list. I'll always have a go at it. So anyway, let's have a look at it. Is it a gear change on the wrong side there? Yeah, that looks more like the brake on that side, so that'll make it a bit confusing to ride, but nothing you couldn't get used to. I mean, if you're jumping from bike to bike, it'll be of an issue. I've never had one that changed on the ride. I did have a CZ where the kickstarter and the gear lever were the same thing. You just flicked it forwards or backwards, and it was also forward down. Neutral was right at the top. I used to switch between it and my road bike, and it was doable. So yeah, I mean, that's a nice bike. That money, 1956. You know, you got a bit of history there. It has been a little bit modernised, which is good or bad depending on how you feel about it. Have a look at what else there is. Here's a 1958 Triumph 3TA. He's got 6250 on it. So, older restoration, believed to have been restored in the late 70s. Purchased the bike from an older gentleman around 8 years ago, whose daughter rode this to uni in the late 80s and early 90s. Bike shows its wear and tear and its character, including the dead spider living in the speedometer. Bike has been fitted with a 5,000cc barrel and pistons with a decompression plate. My lord, a 5-litre motorcycle. I don't really get that. I suspect he means 500. I'm not sure what this would have been to start with. So, starts first kick most times. For edge of the bike, we need a set of mufflers, and the speedo drive needs to be changed to suit the speedo. This is a nice looking little vintage bike. What do we say it was? 1958. Yeah, if that's your sort of thing, that's probably not such a bad price for it at all. Oh, what's this? 2002 YZF-R1. So it's 22 years old, but it's sort of one of the early ones. So 20,000 on the Odo. Paddles, whole wood swap. Frame minus motor would take whole bike 1,500. Basically, everything is there. I've been stripping it to do a frame up respray. Turned to a Street Fighter. Was running before I lost the key. It just needs a new key. A new fairings, as they have shocking paint. This is about where I'd go, oh yeah, this is stolen. Have a full PBSR report, not stolen, no money, owing, never written off. Sell a whole bike for $1,500, you know. I mean, that'd be a good start. If that thing's going to run $1,500, you could do it up, you could put decals on it, make it look the way you wanted. I think that'd be a good way to go. We just have a look at this, quick look at this K1200. I love my BMWs. This one's a 2006, $2,800. It's got 120,000 Ks on it, but I had 120,000 on my K75 when I bought it at 10 years old, and it was over 200,000 when I sold it. So it's not like it's going to worry these things. Okay, so it's not actually registered. It's registered, but it might have to be re-inspected because it was once a registrable write-off. and it's not been registered in Queensland since. So yeah, that explains a bit of the cheapness of the price. Still a lot of bike for that sort of money. We've got here a little Jeepy. CB125, runs and rides, dent in tank, no road, few things. $700. Can't really. I mean, you buy that for your kids to ride around the backyard on, couldn't you? Yeah, just a little Jeepy. Here's another one of these Hyosung Aquilas. Like I was looking at that one the other day for $1,000. Needing work. This one here is complete. Unfortunately, it doesn't say what size it is, and it's a bit hard to tell from the pictures. Probably 250 means that's about the right money for it. Okay, so on the subject of a lot of bike for your money, 99 GTR1000, $1,500, 62,000 Ks, which is really low for this model. $1,500 the best offer, no rego, no roadworthy, fair condition result, needs fork seals doing and tyres for roadworthy. New battery and indicator flasher. I mean, you know, you could put some serious Ks on that bike. I think it's the thing with these big old touring bikes is, yeah, sort of, if you're going to do the sort of miles these do, most people want a newer one, so it makes the older ones just not really worth anything. I'm not particularly interested in this bike myself, but when I think about how happy I am when I ride my Triumph and how much I love riding my BMW, excuse me, I have to say that the happiest man I ever saw riding a motorcycle was riding one of these. It was just when I'd first got my license. I was struggling on the highway. I had a 200cc two-stroke. I was hanging on. It was vibrating like a bastard. This bloke went past me on a Cali 3. He had the biggest smile on his face. He looked at me, he smiled and waved, and he was just the happiest man I've ever seen. Now, I don't know if this is worth $4,500, 1989 model. You know, it's really quite old. 105,000 Ks. These things had an issue with the clutches wearing out, but that's probably happened on this and has been replaced. So, yeah, I mean, I reckon this would be a really, really comfortable bike to own. It's not what I'd call a vintage bike, but it's what some people would call a vintage bike. So, yeah, it's another option if you're after something a bit older with a bit of character. Oh, here I was thinking this was going to be something fantastic, but it's a 60. So, yeah, that explains why it's so cheap. Nothing I'm really interested in, but still looks nice. Oh, I can't remember if I showed this one already or not, but we'll just have another look at it. 650 bobber, half-done project, starting runs like a dream, $2,200. Yeah, I don't know if it's half-done, but you could do a bit more work to that. I think it'd come up really nice.